It is important to remember that, in strictness, there is no such thing as an uneducated man. Take an extreme case. Suppose that an adult man, in full vigor of his faculties, could be suddenly placed in the world as if Adam was supposed to have been, and then left to do the best as he could. How long might he be left uneducated? Not 5 minutes. Nature would begin to teach him through eye, ear, touch, the properties of objects. Pain and pleasure would be at his elbow to tell him to avoid doing this, to do that. And by slow degrees the man would receive an education which, even if narrow, would be thorough, real, and adequate to his circumstances, though there would be no extras and very few accomplishments. Imagine that your fate, your fortune, your destiny, Thomas Huxley is saying, would at some point rest on how well you did at a game of chess. Wouldn't you do everything you could, take every single pain you conceivably could, to learn as much as possible about chess? And wouldn't we actually look at parents who didn't teach their children about chess as somehow committing some kind of harm to their children because they're not preparing them for life? Well, Thomas says, it's like that with nature. This is the view of education as experience. And the goal of this is to be as one with nature and in accordance with the lessons of nature. There's some philosophical arguments that we can make about this and how valid this view actually is. But as a view for education to you, James, who's wondering, should I go to college? Should I not go to college? And if not, what am I going to do? This is more about the pure survival instinct. And so I think it was a brave choice not to go to college, but I wanted to give you a little bit of ammunition in terms of how to think about yourself as an adult in the world, moving through and trying to educate yourself. Education, according to Huxley, is this. It is learning the rules of the game of nature. Physics is education, but so is experience. The rules of social interactions and morality are all relevant. So while we're socially excluded, following our kind of social contract rule, let's talk it over. And so in this view, the institutions don't have a vice grip or a stranglehold on knowledge or education or what it means to be an educated human being in the 21st century. What matters is survival, experience, and what works. This is a very pragmatic view. To quickly summarize, Thomas Huxley was obviously the famous defender of Darwin. He became known as Darwin's Bulldog in the 19th century. And this view does have a little tinge of evolution, of the evolutionary account to it, which will make it unpopular in some quarters. But I think it's a provocative and interesting thing worth considering. So let me know what you think, and I hope to hear from you soon. Happy birthday, by the way.